So my veggie intake over the past few weeks just haven't been that great. So today, we're gonna change that. Isn't that right, Jasper? Hi, buddy. Hello. Did you have a good sleep? Hi. All right. Let's do, I don't know, 2 big handfuls of spinach. We're gonna do some frozen fruit. Get some water in there. So yeah, if you find that you have trouble getting a lot of vegetables in your diet, try doing a smoothie. Not only does it taste good, is it easy to make, but it's also very quick to consume. Like I could just chug this down in one sitting, and I used 3 massive handfuls of spinach, and it tastes pretty good too. Anyways, I asked you guys on Instagram to leave me some questions regarding being less shitty, whatever that means for you. So I'm excited to see the questions. I haven't looked up them yet. So yeah, let's get started. I make my smoothies like very, very thin, almost like a juice, but you keep all the fiber and it's great. Anyways, okay. I also received like a shit ton of questions, so I probably won't be able to get through all of them. What works for you to keep yourself motivated to edit videos? I think it's a few things. Obviously, YouTube is currently my career. This is what I do for work and how I make money, so I just have to do it. Secondly, I think a big part of it is discipline. I mentioned this tons of times on my channel, but motivation comes and goes, and a lot of people who are continuously doing something is out of discipline. So once you kind of get into that routine, it just kind of becomes like second nature. But also all of the comments that I get from you guys, the viewers who are watching this channel, this video, and just actually getting something out of it, whether that's like practical tips or even just like entertainment for your day. I think that in it itself is the core reason I create content. What originally inspired or sparked the idea of being less shitty? It's so clever and such a cool quote. I guess how I initially got into like being less shitty was through my experience working as a personal trainer. My background experience, my education is in kinesiology, focusing on human movement. But when you're a personal trainer, exercise is just one part of working with your clients. Nutrition, sleep, recovery, hydration, stress management, like all of that goes into becoming a better person. And I think the whole be less shitty tagline, it's essentially another way to say self-help, but saying self-help just didn't really vibe with my personality. I'm sure if you guys have watched a few of my channel, I'm a pretty like blunt guy, and I feel that be less shitty is something I definitely say, like stop being so shitty, stop being shitty, stop being so fucking shitty, so be less shitty. It just kind of worked out. But the whole like core principle of being less shitty definitely came from working with my clients, both in person and online, as a trainer and as a quote unquote, I hate to say like life coach, but it really is so much more than just talking about exercise when you're a trainer. Like it's just every aspect of their life really goes into working as a trainer. A lot of the things your clients actually talk to you about doesn't have to do with exercise. It's about their life, it's about their kids, about their marriage, about their work, and you're just kind of their like exercise therapist. I actually really enjoyed being a trainer. Definitely will get back into it part-time. But yeah, that's essentially where the be less shitty thing came from. What do you do when you catch yourself being shitty? Super interesting question, but I think the whole purpose of being less shitty encompasses the fact that you're not ever going to be perfect. So being less shitty means that you are okay with making mistakes sometimes. There's a reason why I don't call it, let's try to be as perfect as we can. Try what you can, but understand that you are going to make mistakes. You are going to take a few steps back sometimes. And that's just a part of being less shitty. So I try not to worry about it too much. That's great. How do I stop sleeping with my ex? Ooh, just fucking stop. Just stop it. Okay, you're not helping yourself. It's not doing you any good. Trust me, long term, don't fucking do it, all right? Just stop. Just stop. I'm telling you right now. I won't say your name, but just stop. How do you stop constantly criticizing others in your head? I don't really criticize other people in my head. I just don't see how that's going to be beneficial for me. And I think that's just coming from a very like selfish standpoint, but like what good is criticizing other people gonna do for me? Especially like stressing about other people, like who the fuck cares? I don't care what you do as long as it's not affecting me. So really just kind of create that separation between what other people doing really doesn't fucking affect me. So let them do whatever and just focus on yourself of being a little bit less shitty. And then hopefully maybe they see that and then they start being a little bit less shitty as well. And then everybody starts being a little bit less shitty. Do you meditate or anything to keep your mind at peace? Yeah, I guess meditation for everybody looks a little bit different. For me, when I exercise, that's kind of like the time where I don't really think about anything. I just focus on the movement and what I am doing in that exercise kind of period. I understand that there is, great value in just sitting down and just being still, but that's just something I haven't practiced enough of to actually utilize the benefits of that. But for myself, moving around, exercising is just a great way to just fucking chill. And also like watering my plants. Watering my plants literally has nothing to do with anything. I just put on some chill music and I just take care of my plants, and that's just a nice chill meditative experience. What's one of the cheapest and easiest things I can do right now to be a bit less shitty? I would say try going plant-based once a week. The majority of the things that are expensive at the grocery store is like the meat and the dairy, so just cut that out, integrate more vegetables, some potatoes, some beans, and you're gonna have a good time. How do you deal with a partner that doesn't agree with your values? How would you react, i.e. isn't less shitty? It would obviously depend what type of shittiness or shitty characteristics they possess. If they're pathological liars and they're just constantly lying about everything, that's just a straight no-go from the start. I don't know if that's something I'm willing to deal with. But when it comes to like habit changes, whether it's their diet or their exercise routine or their sleep schedule, a lot of the things you can actually work towards and set small goals over a long period of time. So I guess it really depends what you're personally looking for, whether it's just like a short-term thing or if you're looking long-term. But I guess that ultimately depends on the connection with the individual. Do you ever roll your eyes while scrolling social media, or are you influenced by it? So I actually don't really follow any other people aside from the friends I know in real life. I don't follow like big celebrities. Like I know people who like follow like Beyonce and Taylor Swift and comment on their photos. I'm like, what's the point? They're not gonna like comment back. But also maybe because I do work in social media, I know like how fabricated everything is. So like scrolling through social media, like it does not bother me. I do not compare myself to other people's lifestyle one bit, because I know that everything about it is very, very fake. Even for my social media platforms, even on like Instagram, I used to be like super careful and like meticulous about what my Instagram grid actually looked like, and now I just post whatever I want and when I want. So yeah, I would really, really try to go through who you're following and just make sure that you share the same values as them. Do you think you would have experienced as much self-growth while living with your parents? I honestly don't think so. I think when you're living by yourself or on your own, you definitely have a lot more responsibilities and just shit you have to deal with. I've been living on my own. I think this is my 4th year living on my own. I am currently 24. Why did I sound unsure of that? I am 24. But yeah, there are just a lot of things that, just life skills that you need to pick up when you're living on your own, or you just become a bum and your place is messy, you don't eat properly. Finances is just a big part of being a functioning adult. But yeah, you definitely can improve, obviously, by living with your parents. But I think for my personal situation and me creating content and not having like a traditional job, it did help to live on my own and kind of just, do as I wish for the past little bit. But it all depends on your personal situation. You don't have to force yourself to move out of your parents' house if you're not ready financially. How do you not hold on to grudges as an introvert? Yeah, this is something that I definitely did struggle when I was a lot younger and I really cared about what others thought about me. But I think for myself, as I just got older and as I got really into business and just meeting a lot of different people, I guess I started treating some interactions as just like a business interaction. If they weren't going to really benefit me, then sounds kind of harsh, but yeah, I would cut them out of my life just because there was no benefit to me. And if it was just going to be another thing like kind of slowing me down or stopping me, it just wasn't worth my time. So I just cut him out, on to the next, and you move on. So I actually got a bunch of replies saying like laxative recommendations and just use more toilet paper, because the Q&A said, any questions about being less shitty, and some of them are actually pretty good funny. But anyways, I think this is a good question to end off on. What advice would you give someone about being less shitty in today's world? So like I mentioned before, it's really easy nowadays to compare yourself to other people through social media, and they're like super organized bedrooms and super organized pantries and closets, etc. And they're doing so much and I can only do so little. They're doing so much for the planet, blah, blah, blah. Their food looks this good, but I can only make this. And just stop fucking doing that. Like, that's doing yourself no good. That's doing them no good, and that's not doing anybody any good. So just do what you can in every little aspect. Not just looking into your fitness, but also your mental health, your emotional health. Same thing when it comes to minimalism, sustainability, productivity, being plant-based, whatever. Just do what you can. I think the whole focus is being intentional. You know, even the fact that you are even aware of your shittiness, I think is a great start. A lot of people... Jasper is currently having a dream. I don't know if you guys can hear him. Never mind, he just woke up, but that was pretty cute. As I was saying, just stop comparing yourself to people on social media, because 99% of the stuff is absolutely fake, curated, fabricated, whatever you want to say. So just try your best to be less shitty in what, you know, situation or circumstance you are in, and just stop giving a fuck about what other people are doing. I'm just gonna leave it at that. If you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and definitely try making yourself a nice little green smoothie. Put a lot of water in there, keep all that fiber. Do not juice it. Why juice all that fiber out? Keep it in there, just add a ton of water. It should make you like 2 full jars. But I think that's pretty much it for this video. Just remember to be a bit less shitty, guys. Jasper, were you having a good dream? Yeah, did you catch the squirrel? Yeah, buddy. All right, give us a goodbye boop. 3, 2, 1.